Hog. There's old Skippy over there at the controls. Was that your name, Skippy? Skippy.
Skippy.
You know you're listening to the best classic rock.
102.7 The Hog.
Howdy friends, welcome on in to Believers in Bluegrass. Come on in with us and listen to some great bluegrass and gospel music, along with just some great country picking and grinning. Now, here's your host.
Hey, I tell you what, folks, welcome in. That's back to Believers in Bluegrass. I promise you, folks, we can get them down here. I had to bribe Sophie. She drug her brothers out and her mom. We got them down here live at the Hog today. Come on down, sit down, grab your chair, Bailey, hey, whatever, take a listen to them. Hey, Sophia, take it away over there. Let's hear some of that fiddle.
All right.
You're my sweet blue-eyed dove, and my love belongs to you. All I ask for you, darling, love me good and be true. Days come and I still love you, and I see your smiling face. So tell me, just tell me, no one else is gonna take my place. You're my sweet. My love belongs to you. All I ask for, love me good and be true. And today I need an answer, and I want to hear you say, you don't know, tonight in my arms, you're gonna stay. Since I left my baby behind on the bayou, saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happy times on the bayou. I know it there's someday, come on there to the so fighting a war is not let us fishing boats with their sails of thought. If I could only see that familiar sunrise, their sleepy eyes, they'll let me dreams come true. I'm moved by you.
All right, boy, I tell you what, woo, listen to that. You know, I think originally about 5 of y'all, wasn't there?
Yes, sir. There's 5 kids, and we're the youngest 3, so we kind of took over the band and morphed a little bit when the oldest 2 decided to grow up and, you know, get married and all that, all that stuff. So yeah, we had to kind of improvise and
resituate. I'd pick up guitar, Sophie picked up fiddle, and we all kind of switched instruments on each other. So, yeah.
Well, I noticed you got Mom up there playing bass for you every once in a while.
We actually kind of, I guess we kind of taught her, didn't we? Really?
Yeah, she used to actually play flute when she was in high school. So we kind of introduced her to a bluegrass instrument. It's a bit of
a much bigger instrument.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a switch from the flute to the big double bass, you know.
Yeah, as I was telling you before we came on air a while ago, those people came out to see Flat Lonesome. They kind of follow them all over the place, but they were really commenting about the Chamber family. You kind of opened outside there, and along with the other group, and came inside, played for a while. And
Yes, sir.
they said, you need to get them on there. I said, well, I'll reach out and see what we can get done. And
There we go.
I got hold of Mary Edding with Habit, and she's
Yeah.
kind enough. We did that, and you were kind enough to come down there and join us today. And you're a guinea pig. This is our first live group in the studio since we got it.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
so it's a learning experience for all of us. But
Exactly. They're the first for everything.
yeah, so y'all been performing since about 1999. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. She was real little. Sophie was just a tiny tot. She was playing on this little fake wooden violin. And then she got up there with her brothers and was just trying to show us all up, you know. It's pretty good. So
John came in on Shakers a couple years later.
he had his little maracas, you know, and he would play that along with the band, and then we all just started growing up, I guess. But
Yeah. So this makes you about your 15th year playing as a family.
yes, sir. Yep. And then we've had to, like I said, when the older boys leave, you got to pick up new instruments and just make do. But there's only 3 of us left, so I don't know where it's gonna go from here. But and actually, Sophie's heading off to college here real soon too. So we're all kind of heading down the road of life in it. But it's really fun to keep doing this. Whenever we're all together, we get together and try and play some shows and do it.
And as I understand it, Sophie, you'll be playing a bluegrass group when you go to college.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm going to Bethel University down in McKenzie, Tennessee, and yeah, they've got a pretty neat bluegrass band program down there. And yeah, so I'm going to be playing some fiddle and singing vocals. I'm very excited for that. It should be a lot of fun.
You know, I gotta say, it's pretty frustrating. She picked up that scholarship on the fiddle, right? And the most frustrating thing is that she taught herself the fiddle about 3 years ago. She just taught herself it. And then she goes and gets this nice college scholarship on it. I'm like, okay, all right, Sophie. All right, just show us up, that's fine.
Well, you know, she just had to show the brothers how it was really done.
Exactly.
Yeah, all those guys.
I hear our friend McCricket is alive and well.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a lot of the family groups out there in the bluegrass industry, you know, been around for a while, and they kind of grow up within them. The younger kids grow up and become adults, and families of their own. And some of them stay together, and some of them kind of go by the wayside.
Yeah. We're already playing on all the reunion concerts.
Yeah,
every year we'll put on a big concert or something.
We're
We'll figure
still
something
going
out.
to be playing some concerts. It'll just be a little fewer and farther between.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're hoping to head back to Ivy May again this year.
Yeah,
try and-
hopefully.
Try and play that again. And
Down
$7
in North
ticket
Carolina.
next year.
Yeah, exactly. So got some venues left, and I gotta tell you, it's just been such a good way to come together as a family. I gotta say, just because you're forced to spend time with each other, which means you either get along or it's gonna be a struggle bus for everybody. So
Long car rides.
long car rides. You know, one time we piled all the instruments in our Suburban and drove to Phoenix for some shows, and man, was that a learning experience. So.
Well, you know, I've heard some of the stories I've heard in a positive aspect about the Chamber family is you've strived over the years, and I guess the guidance for your parents, that you give back to the community and give back to what you have gotten from
Exactly.
God.
Yes.
And to you, that they give you the gift, and you take that gift and you give it back to others as your way of giving to others, repaying, you know, for what you've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you don't consider yourselves to be any better than anybody else, but you get out there and mingle with everybody. Everybody wants to shake it out with you, which is a big part of the bluegrass deal.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to shake it out with folks, stay out of bluegrass.
Yeah,
deal.
exactly. I don't think bluegrass will be for you if you don't do it, because yeah, it's definitely all in the bluegrass community. You all build each other. You know, you learn licks from each other.
Yeah.
You know, different techniques and styles, and it's all very constructive. You know, everybody helps each other.
Everybody's really supportive, you know, and I mean, the way we look at it is just everybody's got their own gifts, you know, they've gotten all their different talents and everything, and everybody wants to share them, you know, with everybody else.
Exactly.
So it's
You
a
got to
really
give
great
back.
environment.
Yep, definitely. Especially when the bluegrass community's been with you since you were so little. You know,
Exactly.
you've grown up in it, and you kind of realize how great everybody's been, how, you know, like encouraging and everything they've been, and you got to return it. You know, return the favor somehow. So.
Yeah, well, you know, as we were talking earlier, and I'm sure you guys can relate, and your mom sitting there would know, in a bluegrass community, festivals and stuff, it's a family venue.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a family atmosphere.
Yes, it
It's
is.
where you take your family and enjoy it, wholesome, entertaining fun,
Yep.
and have fun and enjoy yourself.
Exactly. It's very clean family fun. You know, you'll spend so much time just, you know, square dancing and, you know, doing all these different dances, and, you know, it's just, you don't have to worry about anybody getting in trouble. I mean, well, I guess people like John perhaps can get a little mischief, but you know, it's all fun mischief and nothing. You know, it's just such a different environment, and I love explaining that to people because I feel like that's been lost today. You know, the feeling of a family-oriented, you know, way to have fun is kind of lost. So.
Yeah, we might all be up till 2 in the morning, but yeah, it's like you said, we're doing square dancing.
Right.
And, you know, just really fun games
Jamming
and stuff.
and-
Yeah, jamming.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, because I don't care how big they are. Remember, I don't know if you remember, Little Roy Lewis got that first gold banjo from Gibson.
Oh,
He was out there, it was up in Ohio when he got that, and people wanted to play it. He'd pass it around and let them
yeah.
play it.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
The artists in the bluegrass industry are accessible,
Oh,
and that's
absolutely.
what it's about.
You can talk to them,
Yeah,
meet them.
and people like you, I, and the rest of us that pay to go to these festivals and stuff, you know, they think, well, okay, well, they pay to come out and see us.
Yeah.
So, you know,
you
but
should
that,
meet them and spend time.
and religion is a big part of bluegrass.
Absolutely.
There's not a group out there on the circuit anywhere that doesn't realize that. And, you know,
It's true. Very
I don't
true.
care how big they get or how small they get. Look at Crow Williams and Lawson. You know, I mean,
Yeah, and it's that gospel heritage is
Yeah.
such a big part of this music for, you know, years and years and years. So.
and that's what comes out about the Chamber family. That, you know, you've been instilled in you, not particularly drilled, but you were given the example from early on that this is what it's about. This is what life is about. You know, and you've taken that a step further, and you've not only taken the bluegrass, but kind of some folks would call it new grass. You turned some classical instrument work into some fine bluegrass music, where it kind of blends in, and
Yeah.
there's no upset anybody.
Right, exactly. Everybody's so open to the different types of music. You know, you'll blend some Irish music in, and
Right.
then some more rock and roll based chord progressions. You know, and everybody's just so like, oh, this is great. You know, not all the time. I guess some people really do like their traditional bluegrass, but for the most part, everybody is so accepting of it. Oh, this is really interesting. Let me try to play that. You know, and you
Right.
just kind of go from there.
Well, you take, for example, Joe Mullins and Radio Ramblers covered some old Bob Wills stuff.
Right.
Now that's Western swing.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
how far did you get from the bluegrass side?
Exactly. Just cross right over.
Yeah, so we're going back in there and see if we can get them to play a little more music for us there and kind of show up their talents, what they got.
All right.
We'll be back with you, mate. We'll let the Chambers family have it here.
Go ahead and play a Tom Waits gospel tune here. Come on up to the house. Well, the moon is broken in the sky, so come on up to the house. The only things you can see is something so bad, so come on up to the house.
psychotic behavior we call company policy.
Thanks for rocking with 102.7. Programming for KPGZ is made possible in part by donations and support from businesses like these.
Have your employees been properly safety trained? Do they know how to perform CPR?
To the house, the world is not my home, trespassing. So come on now to the house.
World's not my home, just missing through. So come on now
To the house.
Ah, boy, I tell you what, there you have it. Hey, Miss Sophie, we got a question for you. Now, since you won this big scholarship on the fiddle here, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, but who would you say influenced you the most in your growing up and people out there that play the fiddle today or in the past if you've listened to?
Well, I mean, one of my biggest bluegrass idols has always been Alison Krauss. I think she's a lot of people's bluegrass idol. But I always loved her style of both with the vocals and fiddle, and just all my older brothers too. You know, it's kind of a sibling thing. You know, you see your older siblings doing something, and you're, oh, I can do that. You know, I want to learn how to do that too. So yeah, there's a little bit of that as well. Yeah, and it's kind of a fairly easy, not easy, but it's pretty like doable, yeah, to switch kind of from one stringed instrument to another. So, and it was also partly, you know, like, oh, some of our older brothers are leaving, we might need a new fiddle player. So, you know.
Let me just teach myself, yeah.
But yeah, I would say Alison Krauss has always been kind of a big inspiration for me with her fiddle playing and her vocals. So yeah.
Now, you also play the mandolin.
I do a little bit, yeah, and that's kind of the same thing. You know, I kind of went from cello because I actually started on cello when I was about 4, and I kind of went from that to the fiddle, and then oh, you know, fiddle and mandolin, they've got the same strings, so it's kind of another. You know, you just kind of start with one and you start being able to kind of switch around a little bit. It gets a little bit easier every time.
Yeah. So probably Rhonda Vincent, reigning queen of bluegrass.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, she's another big
I would say your mandolin
yeah.
inspiration.
That's kind of where that started. Yeah, because we actually got to meet her a couple years ago, and that was a lot of fun at a Bluegrass Fest down in Oklahoma that we actually played at with a friend. And yeah, you know, I Forgot You is actually a song of hers that I first heard when we picked up one of her CDs from the library a long time ago. and I heard that song, and that, you know, the mandolin in that is really great. And we just decided, oh, that's such a good song, we gotta learn it. And so I kind of started trying to pick that up. So yeah.
We need to take a break here, pay the light bill, folks. We'll be right back with you. Just hang loose, grab your bale of straw, and don't let it run